Going online. The show is live. It's Wednesday.
It is.
Katie's here.
Hello.
I'm here. Welcome to Shanahanigans Live.
Welcome.
As always, we start the show off with a particular question. It's the musical one, that is. Is
it
recording? Is it broadcasting? He said it was too fast. He didn't know how it works.
Well, this is
Time for Shanahanigans Live. See? That easy.
All right.
Kate's turn.
Recording faster. Come on. This is very short. Is it broadcasting? It is recording. You know, we only have half an hour of this. Time for Shanahanigans Live.
See? Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? It is gonna ink.
Comic pages.
Yeah. And Shay is gonna tell of tales of us traveling. Wait, that wasn't right with anything. All the way to Vancouver. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
For VanCAF, because VanCAF is this weekend, right?
It is.
Excellent. Yes. Recording. Podcasting. It's time for the Shanahanigans.
Okay, faster next time. I was just because, you know, we had a method, and then you changed the method, and I didn't know how to go with the method.
Right.
And then you changed the method again, and I complained about the method.
Yes, I always change the method. Because if the method was the same, then people get used to this show. Welcome to Shenanigans Live. We're officially on vacation mode right now, kiddies. That calls for a little, I don't know, little strawberry lime. Pick me up here. I'll just leave this over here for you, and I'll just sip one over here.
Hey. Good stuff.
And then you make some jar taste better.
Excellent.
It is VanCAF weekend, folks. We're going to Vancouver. Vancouver Comic Arts Festival.
So good.
Past few weeks ago was TCAF, of course, in Toronto. And if you enjoyed yourself that, or if you've been over on the West Coast and been like, oh, I am so jelly in the belly over this. I want one for myself. Well, VanCAF is basically the same damn thing, but Vancouver-ish. I don't want to say same damn thing. It's a different event. But it's like the spirits of the freeness and the bookness. And it's by the water this time, which is awesome because you get to, you know, how many times in your life? Let me put that to all of you.
Mm-hmm.
You're on your lunch break, say, and you got to eat food, and you're like, where do I go? The cafeteria? My desk? In Vancouver, you have a third option: beauty. You can eat by beauty.
I guess it depends where you're at, though, because, like, if I really wanted to, I could eat in a pretty place. It just means leaving the work area for 2 hours.
Yes. But Vancouver, you can take a break and look at the little boats putting around and be like, good night, sir. And you're like, hello. And they doff a hat, too, and stuff like that. Vancouver's a magical town as the trains transport through buildings and into mountains. Oh, it was a lovely time all those years ago. Can we reclaim it?
We were there the very first VanCAF,
yes.
I think, which was 2 years ago. And that was so fun. It was just a really great time.
Yes.
A really talented group of people. Just, like, the folks that run it. Shannon is fantastic, and the crew. Just, it's a good time. I'm really excited. I'm really excited. I'm really behind on my travel plans, because usually I'm all ready to go by now. I haven't even packed yet. So that's why I'm like, we have to make it a short show, because we have 8 a.m. flight, and I need to pack all our books.
Yes.
And
well, you may hate the accordion, but Molly Enns claims, yes, I didn't miss the accordion, and it was also voted up 2 points, highest vote so far. So Molly's in the running for episode winner of the episode.
Good job, Molly.
So Molly, keep it up. Keep everyone else down. We also got Free Talkin' saying greetings.
Excellent.
Hello, Free Talkin'. How you doing? And we got Peach, the Peach, over here with an extra H, saying first time being able to watch live in a year.
Whoa!
Brackets, not that I ever miss an episode, because of course if you're watching live, or if you're not watching live, you found the method to not watch live, and if you are watching live and you don't know the method to not watch live, go to our YouTube channel, Shanahanigans, and we have every single episode backed up, even the ones from the old days, and we didn't know what we were doing, but we still had a better production value somehow.
Did we back up?
Yeah, we had 2 cameras. We had Katie Cam, where we can actually see what Katie was drawing.
Yeah.
Nowadays our budget I blame internet incongruity. What's the things going on right now? Internet
it's people
pinchy
trying
pinch.
to choke up the internet.
Internet Pinchy Act.
Neutrality.
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 I blame that.
Sounds
and you
awful.
should too.
I was hearing about it, but I didn't read about it until recently. So it's like, correct me if I'm wrong, but people haven't heard about it. Like, people want to lobby so that you have to pay for good internet streaming. So a website like Netflix would have to pay extra to get good streaming.
The suggestion is sites...
If you or me have our webcomic site and we can't afford to have good streaming, then if you want to load our page, it takes longer because we can't afford the premium download.
It's sort of that. It's more generated on the idea that certain websites on the internet gather more data and download than others. So Netflix and YouTube and stuff like that, like all those... and Facebook, they have more traffic, so thus they're using more of the available internets, and thus they should pay more.
It's not like it's running
is
out,
the suggestion?
Because the internet's there for everyone.
Well, it's just not infinite, though. There is technically still a data limit to certain things. Did you know, for instance, that there is a certain physical airwave limit of data that can be spread around? Because consider the following: in your radio channels, you have your AMs and your FMs, and there's a certain limit of how many of those you can have, I believe, because then every channel is taken up. And then there's no more spaces for radio channels. This is why radios, they don't actually go around the whole world, of course, too. They
run out of internet, though.
It's not exactly run out but nothing is infinite except for the stars and our affection for our viewers. That is an infinite. What? Stars. No, there's more stars out there.
Yeah, but like stars in general, but like a star doesn't.
Yeah. No, a star sucks on its own. There's a bunch more.
Yeah.
For every one that goes out, another replaces it. We got Molly saying, and we have a magical mountains. Oh, so I take it Molly's from the Vancouver area.
Molly is from the Vancouver area. We hung out with Molly the first time.
Ooh. I don't know handles and names.
Jakface McGee.
There you go. That sounds like a name.
Yeah. You'll remember her when you see her in person.
Where are your logos from your Tumblrs and your Twitters? That's the thing we always said. Every single show we go to, you should always wear whatever your Twitter or Tumblr image is, because that way everyone will recognize it. Because that's how people know people.
That kept happening at TCAF, where it'd be like, "Are you Katie?
Are people still doing that?"
And then you're like, and then you look at the name tag, you're like, yes, okay. Yeah. It's like, you say, but I don't know which one.
Yeah. So wear your handle. Bring the internet to life at this VanCAF. And who are you in the audience? Actually, wait, what was I going to say? Well, it doesn't matter. If you're watching the show now, jump into the Q&A over at the Google Plus section. It's not the best method, but it's the only method we have. It's like Winston Churchill. It's like Winston Churchill once said, "It's not the best method to chat during a live show on the internet, but it's the best one we have presently until Google gets their shit together."
That sounds like something to quote at a
and by morning you will be ugly, or something like that. He said something to that effect. Winston Churchill, very witty fellow.
Yeah.
We got Matthew Pritchard. Saying, "Hey, Katie and Shaggy, first time ever watching Shanahanigans live. While it's live, happy to be here. I'm happy to butcher your name for you live on the show. Every week we're here to do that, folks. And if you have questions and comments, thanks for watching, of course. And anything you add to the show, of course, makes it terribly more interesting, because anything I have to say, like, today was an interesting day. Today was like me being like, adventurous in as much as I walked to a crepe store.
What?
But the adventure only just begins. This crepe had cornflakes in it, it did, making it for a crunchy crepe indeed.
They are good.
Yes, it's very good. So if you come to Toronto, get your crunchy crepe on. And
if you're from Vancouver and you have recommendations like crunchy crepe stuff, let us know, because we're going to be hanging around you guys tomorrow, and we need food recommendations.
Some people enjoy travel for the sights and the people. I only go for the food. So if you have food suggestions, sadly though, I think it already happened, but the Rumpus Room closed down for developments or something like that. So
guess we can't hang out with Tony this
weekend. Clarify for this for me if it's not true, because I hope it's not true, because the Rumpus Room was great as far as the one day we went, but it was like waffles and corn dogs for dinner.
Yeah, they had a glow-in-the-dark Frank Vazetta painting in the bathroom.
Yeah, it was a good place. It was class. But supposedly, I don't know, it said like in March or April it happened or something, and I'm just like, nah. This is all our favorite. This is the condo situation. Like, maybe it's condos, maybe it's a high-rise, low-rise. I don't know what it was. But the point is, it's always sad to see what makes the neighborhoods interesting go away to make room for more people to move into the neighborhood, which is nice for those people, but the thing that made that neighborhood interesting is not there anymore, because their building's there instead. And so,
Well,
you know,
they have Netflix.
will they have Netflix?
Yeah, they can just hang out.
Oh, good.
Just hang out and watch and pay net neutrality for Netflix.
I'm happy now. People are moving into nice areas to stay home.
Yeah. Well, when all the fun stuff's gone, what else do they do?
Speaking of fun stuff, VanCAF. Let's continue on this train of
Yeah!
thought. What can we look forward to this Vancouver Comic Convention?
Us?
Fantastical.
We're gonna be there?
Vancouver Comic Arts Festival.
Yeah.
Us. We shall have a table, which will have... This is where we go into the hard sell, kids. For absolutely no money, you can get yourself a button. Get yourself a Silly Kingdom button. The lowest price I can offer is absolutely free. I can't do any better than that. This was a Toronto exclusive, and this is now technically a Vancouver exclusive because the font is actually in white this time because it was black before. It was really hard to read. So this is the legibility edition. Silly Kingdom 2 buttons legible edition only at Vancouver Comic Arts Festival. You can't even read other buttons as good as you can read this one, and this is exclusive. So you guys better come in. VanCAF absolutely free at the Roundhouse down by the water, also where the Jappa Dog stand was, which was really nice last year because it was also by the water 2 years ago. Silly Kingdom, new steed indeed. You get yourself a silhouetted unicorn of mystery, and what does it mean? Does it mean there's a unicorn in the book? I don't know.
Should we not tell
You got to find out by wearing the button, because the button leads to the viral campaign and the Cloud Network, and it's all there. Silly Kingdom, the future. Campaigning. What's this you say? Buttons are for bodies. I want walls. Well, on your wall you can have a postcard.
Whoa.
Silly Kingdom, new steed indeed, fresh run of prints, and I'm telling you, some people's walls. Actually, I'm going to give you a quick backstory after this, but first I'm just going to tell you, this is the finest thing you're going to get for absolutely free. It's got beautiful color art from the great Jakface, or Jakface, which I like to call him sweetly, and he enjoys it. He likes when I call him Jakface. You could do it too. It's Silly Kingdom New Steed indeed. Oh my goodness, it's promotional, sure. Like, it's not a book. You can't read it.
Yeah, because the book's right here.
Yeah, the book is over there. The book's happening live here,
kids.
It's
happening right now.
But you can get an idea what it's going to look like to hold the book when it's available by holding this. Okay, now it's going to be a little bigger than this. So imagine you're holding the book really far away, and force perspective that to this, and it's like you're holding the book.
It's not going to be this big. I just draw big and then I shrink it down.
So it's gonna,
this is like my pages are pretty giant.
Yeah, like that. You're gonna want to get one of these, and we'll have these amount there. So these are limited edition too, kids, until we go another print run. But as far as us having them in Vancouver,
next con,
this is as limited as it gets. Oh my goodness, look at that. Now you're saying to me, guys, I appreciate all this free stuff, but I don't, in fact. I want more free stuff. Okay, just for you guys. Okay, you better not tell anyone about this. Right? But we've got limited edition again, kind of like a TCAF. Exclusive again for VanCAF.
Exclusive to VanCAF.
We got sample books now. We got sample copies of what Katie's doing here is the better version of what's here. But still, this is the genuine kind of what it's like in the book content that you're going to want to get. You, your friends, your family, and your enemies, if you want everyone to share in the joy of Silly Kingdom, a new steed indeed. I can't even open this box. It's so taped well. I can't even show you. I'm not going to try. I'm assuming it's a good print too. I didn't look at it yet.
I hope so.
I'm assuming it was stapled properly and the pages aren't upside down. And you will assume that as well. If you come to VanCAF this weekend and get yourself a copy of what you got to do is you got to find us.
You got to find us.
Can't tell anyone about this, all right? This is just for you guys, because you're true to the kingdom, the Silly Kingdom, and we'll give it to you absolutely free. Anything crazy talk. How can you guys afford this? Well, make sure you buy the book afterwards, so it makes it worth it.
That's how we afford it.
That's how we afford it. It's called promotion. It's why people buy ad time on the TV. That doesn't make them money. They assume after seeing the ad, you go, "Ooh, Spider-Man 2 looks fun," and you'll go see it without knowing that it may not be.
I thought you were watching a podcast. It's just a big commercial.
Yeah, this is commercial hour. I came here for fun, jovial stories while I draw, and I wanted to learn about inking techniques. Well, I'm sorry. That's episode 125 and beyond. This is 126. This is a new day of promotions. Until VanCAF is over, and then we're back to schlubbing around and tell you stories. Speaking of stories, we got Molly also yelling VanCAF with exclamations and ooh. Well said. We got Maddie Shu saying you guys beat the ever-living crap out of Vince Offer.
Vince Offer.
Do we know that?
Vince.
Oh, is that like a guy who promotes things and he's like, buy a squeegee or the ShamWow or something like that?
Or the Slap and Chop.
The Slap Chop. That's my favorite.
Yeah.
The Slap Chop is my favorite video.
That was amazing.
Molly also saying, Rumpa's Room is closed, but we have Stormcrow Tavern, Medieval Geek Board Games and Pub and Bar. Oh, no.
Yeah,
Tell me it's designed medievalish, like the walls are a castle and there's swords. Yes. And EX. Oh, they have the EXP bar. I completely forgot about that. I haven't been yet. It's a video game bar. Oh my god.
Oh boy.
I didn't think about this.
We got lots
I'm
of things.
making the mic peak.
Lots of things are happening.
I'm skipping VanCAF. I'm going to be getting drunk under Kirby and Mario.
No.
And I'll be like, Shaggy, have a nod. Nope. And I'll be like, you guys understand me. Kirby. I completely forgot about that. Thank you for reminding me. We will go and I will buy merchandise.
Oh, that's so good.
So much things to do in Vancouver. Oh my gosh, EXP bar. They do like all specialty shots too. They're like video game things and stuff like that.
Oh, this is gonna be fun.
We like attempted to make our own with our awful T-virus attempt.
Oh gosh, with the liquor.
Oh, I'm never touching. All right,
it's so bad.
Note for you kids: when you kids grow up, you're all like, "Yay, I'm gonna have the alcohol." Let me warn you about something. Never do white rum. White rum never turns out well. It ruins every drink every time, guaranteed. I'm sorry, Captain Morgan has a very nice spiced rum,
I'm sure he
but
tries
the white
very
rum
hard.
is toothpaste in a bottle.
Yeah.
And you already have that in the bathroom. Don't need that at the bar. Just putting it out there. Oh my god, we gotta go to the EXP bar. We gotta go both of those.
Yeah.
Stormcrow Tavern. I need to make notes.
I'm not writing it on this page.
Yeah. I write it on our book. The Stormcrow.
Stormcrow Tavern.
Crow and EXP bar. Okay. Take us there if you know where it is, because I don't know where it is. All I know is we're staying in town.
Take us there, Molly.
We got Free Talking saying I recently re-listened. Oh, why did you? The Shaggy Reads Twilight. You were getting really close to the end of the book. Yes, I'm on the home stretch, and I finished chapter 20, I believe, which means I have 4 more to go, 21 to 24. Yeah, it's interesting how all the interesting stuff happens in the last 4 chapters. So there we go.
It really picks up.
Really picks up, this thing. You know, a plot occurred right at the end of the book.
There were plot happened.
There's a guy who wrote the thing called The Hero's Journey at the beginning and the campbell and the end and the hero's rise.
It's just a suggestion.
It's a suggestion, as you can see, because this book doesn't follow that at all. Because there's another journey called The Nothing Journey, where a hero shows up schlubbily to a place and complains all the time and then stays in a meadow for too many chapters, and then at the falling action is when the rising action actually happens, and then it ends.
Yeah.
The Schlubby Journey is what it's called. Joseph Campbell's novel, The Hero of 1,000 Schlubs. Check your English class. They're bound to have
title for this one.
Right now it just says pre-VanCAF. I do like The Hero of 1,000 Schlubs.
Yeah, there we go.
I'm writing that down. Say something interesting so it's not boring.
So have you ever had that thing where there's an ice cream truck driving around and you're like, oh, I'm good. I don't want ice cream. And then every street you turn down, it follows you. And there's no one else on the street, so it's like, is he doing it on purpose? It's really creepy. It's really creepy. Because you think you've lost him, and then it just gets louder. It's just, how is it finding me?
Yeah. I had one pull up on my street, and I'm like, I'm an adult, but I was against the window, like, don't do it, no.
Yeah.
Reaching for a 20.
Yeah.
I was like, all these kids running by, I'm like, I'm not going to be knocking them down. I'm like, no, maybe.
You can either have it nicely or like a maniac.
We got Molly saying, there are swords and a giant Cthulhu. Oh my, that might beat the giant Aquaman from the Eatery.
There was a Cthulhu there, too, I think.
If you haven't been, man, we gotta go to the Eatery. No, if you haven't been in a while, it's a good time.
It's adorable and itty-bitty.
Yeah, it's a cute little drink. And EXP has amazing drinks and food. We'll totally go. Yes, we will for sure. EXP has the drink called the Thundaga. There's Pop Rocks that line the room.
No,
that's like the Final Fantasy advanced version of Thundra, right? Because it was like Thundra, Bleh, and Thundaga.
You know, I was like, I'm gonna eat well at VanCAF, and I just feel like it's gonna be crazy sugar junk.
My suggestion is I eat well after I get back, because today, all right, going back to my adventurous day, kicking off with the cornflake crepes. Then I went to a churro place, then a gelato place, and then Katie calls me later, and we got ice cream, and then we got wings, and now we're here.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to digest.
I'm just schlubbing.
Katie's on Joseph Campbell's The Schlubbing Journey.
Yeah. Chapter.
She's on the falling
all
action right now, where she schlubs the most, but doesn't regret it at all. There's no remorse in the schlubber's journey.
Where is the mentor?
Yeah, the mentor is the one who's like, let's get wings.
I'm like, okay, you know best.
Yeah, you know best, Obi-Wan.
It's boneless. You're really good.
Should I get a salad? No.
No. Why would you waste
Why?
it?
Why would you waste the calories chewing it? We got Maddie Shue saying, you can judge any book by how fun a roller coaster its story arc would make.
Yep.
Oh, I guess. The interesting thing is, like, all right, I posted recently, if you haven't followed it, you should join the Right Night, W-R-I-T-E, Right Night group. No. But the Facebook page, I update all the damn time with anything I find involving writing, creativity, marketing, promotion, animation, art, characters, acting, and so on. So on Facebook, check it out if you can find it. I don't know if there's an easy way to search it. There might be a bajillion in it, but our group is called Right Night, and I recently posted. I posted something about the hero's journey thing, and it was someone kind of animated the basic version of it, and I put it up while posing the question of, like, what do you consider the hero's journey to be more? Is it Joseph Campbell analyzing the trends of storytelling of the time and drawing it out, or is it something that you have to abide by in order to make a compelling story? And I feel there's two different camps of people. Because English class is, Jesus, please do it exactly like this. And life is like, oh yeah, it just kind of turns out like that because that's how we pace things.
I don't remember reading all of it, but I mean, I think the hero's journey is like, it's a look at mythology. It's not a look at how all movies are supposed to be made.
Yeah.
It's a look at like a lot of classic myths that follow a very similar
Yeah.
telling. So it's like, if you wanted to tell a mythos, this is how you could tell it. But I mean, obviously you can do whatever the heck you want, but it's got like a satisfying structure to it that it's because we like familiar things.
Well, it's like the pacing journey more. It's more so like what feels good in a theater versus a certain movie involving a giant lizard that goes on this arcing path of a roller coaster. It goes cross-country skiing for a good while, and then it's like, whoa! And it's like,
yeah, it's a good graph. If you've seen the movie, Godzilla is that graph.
Yeah. So if you're talking about roller coasters, Godzilla is a cross-country ski journey where you get attacked by a Yeti midway, but then the Yeti leaves for no reason, and then you keep skiing.
You're like, oh.
Okay, so we went to see Godzilla last night. No spoilers here. So we're not going to spoil it? We couldn't even spoil it if we wanted to, honestly. There's nothing much.
You know what you're going to get with Godzilla.
Here's the thing.
The monsters are great.
What was the mistake? If I were to ask you, what was the mistake of the 1999 Matthew Broderick Godzilla?
Too much people story.
And what is the mistake they didn't learn from their past mistakes in this movie?
Too much people story. And it's not that there's, you can tell a good people story. It's just...
You could if you tried.
I didn't...
Some people do.
It's just, I don't know, I didn't care about
the people.
So it was just kind of bland.
Here's a secret. Here's a secret. All right. When you want to see a giant monster fighting movie, what is the one thing that you want to see in a giant monster fighting movie? I'll give you guys time to answer. What's one thing that makes a good giant monster fighting movie? Let's ponder on that a second. Let's think about that. I'll cut to the chase. Giant monsters fighting! That's what you want in your giant monster fighting movie. You don't want... No! I just want one guy to yell something, then we cut back to it could have been 2 hours of Godzilla just punching things. And I would have loved every minute of it. And you say to me, oh, if you actually saw it, you'd hate it. And I say nay, because I watched the best Godzilla movie ever made, Godzilla Final Wars, where the whole movie is essentially Godzilla refighting every single monster ever and winning. This is the movie I wanted to see. And not to say like all attempts of the human story failed, because the sequence showed in the teaser, the parachuter, the halo jumping, that's just as good.
I'm not saying the humans are, but I mean, like, anytime you got into backstory and stuff, it just kind of didn't feel. I mean, how fresh I guess you're going to be with that? It's like you want to tell a story that's. You want people to connect really quickly, but it's like, I don't know, I just felt like I didn't connect with the main characters. And I'm like, why am I following this guy? I don't care about
the other thing about Final Wars is a lot of the characters are just hilarious. Like, one of the main characters is this, like, he looks like Super Mario. He's this man with a mustache, this American or Russian guy with a mustache, and a samurai sword, and, like, a trench coat. And he's one of the lead characters of Final Wars, and he is fantastic. If you haven't seen these yet, watch Godzilla Final Wars. It's, as I described to Katie, it's the Final Fantasy for the Final Fantasy Godzilla. It's the Godzilla for the post-Final Fantasy audience because it has a lot of like Advent Children-ish pretty boy sword fighting stuff, which is it's actually really fun and cool because it's about like this alien, this hot pretty boy alien race comes down and they're like, yeah, we're gonna take over, and all the girls are like, yee, because they're hot, and they're basically like a boy band, but then also Godzilla won't take any of their crap, and then they like rebirth all of his, Godzilla's prior fights, and then you get to see Godzilla like fight everyone around the world, and you're like, and then the guy's a sword, and so cool.
Godzilla is like a friggin' dad. Like, he's just like, oh boy.
Yeah. Well, no, all right. So Katie's comment was, in this movie, as much as we enjoyed the fight scenes,
they were great.
Godzilla reminded her of just a curmudgeon-y old man.
Well, he had these very exhausted expressions, and it's like I'm watching it in my head. I just hear your voice like, oh boy, all right.
Oh, gee.
All right, let's try this one.
Let's go do this.
Oh, we're gonna do this now. Okay.
Ooh, that building. So it took it out of my left shoulder.
Yeah, I was like, oh, poor guy.
Oh, yeah, I gotta take a rest.
Yeah.
So long story short, should you go see Godzilla? I still say yes.
Yeah, sure.
Because it's an event movie. Like, and Andrew even down here asked, did the Murray got your Godzilla tickets? What's going on? He said, did the cinema cheer when he used, talk breath? Of course.
Yeah,
like,
they did.
It was a good crowd. We had fun.
Everybody really wanted to have fun. So they cheered with that, and they cheered with the.
Speaking of old curmudgeon, I had this, not an old curmudgeon, but this young guy just one seat in front of me to the left, who just couldn't wrap it around his head why people would like laugh and enjoy this movie. It's like Godzilla would do something and people would be like, hey, just kind of like it's dumb and silly. It's like, why are they laughing? It's not funny.
Oh yeah.
Remember that guy?
Because there were like a group of girls that were having a really fun time.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it was when Ken Watanabe was like, it is Godzilla. And we're like, yeah, because you're waiting for someone to say that. And so,
and it sounds as ludicrous
like,
as it is.
He's coming, and then it's like, what?
It's basically as ludicrous as if anyone in that Man of Steel movie actually said Superman, we would laugh.
Yeah,
because it's just in the context of this dark, serious, and he's like, Godzilla. Like, of course it sounds ridiculous. Yeah, but this guy's just like...
Yeah, in a real world thing, it's like, why would you call it that?
This is serious art.
Yeah, some people don't have...
Yeah. So I say check it out. It's still fun. Like, or here's the thing. Speaking of the roller coaster analogy, once we get off the cross-country ski trip, and you get on this like badass T-bar that's like, whoa, like it gets so good.
T-bars are the worst. I hate T-bars.
And then you fall off. Then you fall off the T-bar, and it gets boring again, and you're like,
yeah, basically it's like.
But then like 3 friggin' T-bars come by, and you're like, ah, and then like it's 17 T-bars, you're like, ah.
The teaser trailer for the movie was them base jumping, and it pretty much. I mean, I found that sequence amazing. Like it just.
It was really good. That was.
Me up.
And we actually saw it in 3D.
Yeah, which was fun.
We didn't mean to.
Really
we were forced to.
Scale and everything. Yeah. But I mean, when they look at like a giant monster pit. It's
like, it actually, the 3D worked pretty well for me because when the helicopter at the beginning, it's very Jurassic. The beginning is like ripped right from Jurassic Park. It's helicopter landing. It's like Dr. Grant.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Yeah.
But like the chopper had the depth. Like I felt it was far away. It's in the 3D is one of those things I can't explain because. It's not 3D in the sense of like a SpongeBob, 3D movie ride where stuff is coming out at you. It's the depth into the frame, which I like. Like I realize that watching it, I don't like when 3D comes out to get you. I like when 3D is a deeper picture. And I like when some theaters do that thing where it's like, it's time to put on 3D shades. Whoa! But there's a version of that. But then there's also the other one. It's like, it's time to put on 3D shades. Like it's like 2 different things. It's like the depth version, and that was honestly the coolest part of Gatsby in 3D because it starts off like this flat image of like the Gatsby logo, but then it goes like,
I guess I should.
And you're like, Gatsby.
I should have probably seen that with you because I was watching it on the airplane on the way to San Diego or something, and I was like, I don't get it. Like, I don't get what, because you were like, oh, Gatsby, and I was like,
you're not just be on the plane, like, whoa.
I was like, okay, like it's fun.
No, Gatsby, honestly, I really enjoyed seeing it in 3D because the fact that it's said it's like, okay, it's the Moulin Rouge guy, and he says Gatsby has to be 3D, and I'm like, I have to see this because you get everyone who's like, oh man, we better make that Attack of the Titans. Or is that what it is? Like Revenge of the Titans, Wrath of the Titans. It's like, oh shoot, we better make it 3D in a week so everyone will spend more money on it, and that's awful. But when he's like, Baz Luhrmann or whatever his name is like, all right, I'm going to from ground up make Gatsby in 3D. You're like, there's got to be a reason. And it actually worked. There's a lot of kind of cool little things, and it was the subtle things I like most, like when it's snowing, and you're like, ooh, snow. It's nice. Okay, so end review. Check out Godzilla. there's a lot less monster than I would have liked. Like, arguably even like Pacific Rim, I wish there was more fights in Pacific Rim.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the fact that there isn't even as much like in Godzilla is like you guys started.
Yeah,
You gotta like I feel like the budget got in the way or something because there's a really weird moment where you think there's gonna be a fight and then it just cuts to something else and then it's the next day and you're like,
yeah, it's like there's gonna be a fight and then it's.
I guess they ran away.
There's gonna be a fight and then characters close the door in the fight. So you're like, okay, I guess I don't get it now.
Oh yeah.
And then it's gonna be a fight and then it's a character watching really bad footage on TV.
Yeah, and it felt very budgety. Like I know VFX is in trouble right now, but I feel it was very apparent in this film if that's still the case in certain studios because it's like they. You know, the 3D was like kept to a minute, like not like the CG.
Monsters were amazing. Though.
The monsters looked fantastic. Like I wanted more of them. That was the thing. I wanted just them. I'm like, this would be great. And then it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
Question time. Let's jump in. I hope we didn't ruin anything for you guys because it's still fun.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really anything spoiled.
Okay, something about this like writing type stuff. If the main protagonist weren't a 2x4 with an American flag on it, then maybe it could have worked.
Who said
Very
that?
good points. Was it Maddie? Maddie Shue.
That's
Very
weird.
good points.
Yeah.
You know, maybe if the main protagonist was something like, but like and I don't know. It's kind of tricky with those kind of movies because like, do you have like we have to give a reason for the main character always to be under the monster's foot, and I always find it to be so forced in these cases, like especially Cloverfield. I enjoyed Cloverfield. And it's meant to be one of those found footage type things. So arguably, if you want a found footage video about a Godzilla-style monster attack, you have to basically get whoever's holding the camera to always be right around the action. But then I sit there being like, why are they always right around the action when they're trying to avoid it? Like they always just have a reason to be right under these attacks and like get right up the monster's nose.
That's exciting. I mean, it doesn't make sense maybe like rationally, but it's like I'd rather I guess stick around with this guy than like the person who's in safe zone all. Whole time. It's a different movie.
Yeah. I don't know. Next, if they do another one, they should just be like, no humans in this one.
I don't know if that would be good though.
No, it would be great. It would be fantastic. It could just be half an hour. I'll still go see it. If they just cut out all the human crap and there's just people be like, what's that? Godzilla, and like that's it for the humans, and the rest is just fighting. I'd be like, that's awesome.
I feel like that might get boring too.
No.
No. Okay.
No.
All right.
Let's see, we got Molly saying, I loved Godzilla's 5 minutes of screen time.
Yeah, they were good minutes.
It was a good fight. As I said, T-bar. Whoop! Very exciting T-bar. Molly also saying, I heard they gave the crowd scenes in Godzilla to entry-level VFX students. Also, a lot of it's
really?
Shot in Vancouver.
Oh, is that Vancouver Chinatown? Because that was really, I really liked the...
It did all look like, well, all the CG and sky shots were very much...
it was Vancouver, but they said it was...
Vancouver, the effects, but the scene was San Fran, because I recognize a lot of the San Francisco.
Okay.
Except my one point was there wasn't enough sea lions. There's a scene where there's a bunch of seagulls, and I said it should have been better if sea lions were in that scene instead. I won't say what happens, but it's just like,
well, there should have
it would have been a lot funnier if sea lions were in that scene instead. Yeah, go check it out. That's all I gotta say. Go check out Godzilla. It's what's happening. Andrew Murray, I think, also introduced himself saying, Merman up in this hizzy. Thank you, Andrew. Michelle
Good
Tripp
stuff.
responding the introduction with lol, thanks Manmur, which I think is actually tied to something else when Murray said Murray got your Godzilla tickets, and then going back in time in what's that movie where the order is all messed up? It's like Memento. We got What Up Murray from Michelle. So now that that's all taken care of, the Andrew Murray saga has been concluded. Speaking of which, I'll get back to this in a sec. You guys want to read Saga? Sweet Mercy, Mother of Hammocks. This is my favorite comic right now.
Started reading it.
Oh my gosh, Brian K. Vaughan, Fiona Staples. It is. I want. There's a question I want to get to, but I just want to say this quickly because I picked up the first one on a willy-nilly, just like, ooh, what's this? The dude has horns. Let's check it. And it has some of my favorite writing in the style of story it is. Because it's like this, it's basically sci-fi, fantasy, warring nations type stuff, but everyone talks like you want them to talk. No one's words are wasted. No one says dumb story-like things. This is life in a book. This is as genuine as it gets. I fully recommend Saga.
It's really good.
3 volumes are out right now. If you liked yourself Why the Last Man, get yourself off your chair and get yourself copies of Saga. It is one of my favorite stories right now. The art is fantastic. The writing is jaw-droppingly good for me. Like, I'm just like, rah,
You know
just
what's
flipping
cute?
through it.
I mean, you wouldn't have noticed, but when I was in Emerald City, I saw a family dressed as them. Like, it was the mom with the baby.
That is cute.
And then the guy with the horns.
That is
and
awesome.
She had like the green hair and the
oh my god
wings. I was like, oh,
like,
that's so good.
Every character's so good in this thing. And I just spilled on my hands.
I'm making a mess. It's not the easiest way to.
Maybe you shouldn't do it here.
Yeah, I'm gonna stop.
Maybe save it for maybe something else.
Yeah.
Go read Saga right now. I like finish this show first, but check out Saga. Yeah. We got Michelle Tripp. Okay, this is gonna be a long answer probably, so let's go quickly to what Molly said. Hey Shaggy, do you know Brian Fawn is gonna be a VanCAF, right?
That's awesome.
I just gave full Kermit for that one.
Did you know that Natasha Allegri is also going to be a VanCAF?
I didn't know that.
She's going to be like really close
I don't
to our
have anything
table.
for her to sign.
The puppy cat.
Do I bring the puppy cat with me? I'm like, Natasha, sign my cat. Yeah. Is Vaughn like at VanCAF or just like wandering around? Like
Molly might be able to point it out to you.
like, does he have a table? He's gonna be like, "What's up, Bonnie's in the hizzy."
Special guest.
He's wearing the horns too. He's like, "Who wants to fight? Come on!" like Vaughn, why are you so aggressive?
Oh boy.
I just wanted to buy some buttons.
Let me just,
Come on!
Let me give you a free
Starts
button.
headbutting kids.
No.
Saga.
That's not what it's about.
I don't know. Oh man, I should bring my copy and then be like, Dudical, you gotta sign this. Like Nowsies.
Totes.
Nowsies, meowsies.
That'd be awesome. Do it.
There's actually a friend's copy, so I should ask if she wants it signed. Is it
Too
better
shaggy.
to me? Would it be better though? Because I don't know. He wasn't at TCAF, right?
I don't think so.
Oh my god! I just want to I was gonna say pet his head and be like, thank you for this
That's
book.
weird.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Would not
Think
get
of what
it.
you would like to have done to you.
He's at a table, says Molly. Oh my goodness.
Oh, cool.
I just want to shake your hand, Brian.
That's cool.
You brought joy to my life. Okay, Michelle now asked a while ago, voted with 3 points, Michelle in the lead. Will she be dethroned? I don't know. Or is it Michelle?
Michelle.
Is it Michelle or Michelle?
You can call her Michelle.
Was it, is it Michelle or
Shelly
Michelle?
Bean.
Sure. Here's a cue, though. A storyboarding cue. How much time do you allow yourself to spend on a panel in order to stay on schedule? For animation, I know I'm on schedule if I complete 200 frames
per second.
Frames scene?
200 frames scene.
But I'm lost for when it comes to boards.
With boards?
Leave this to you.
Yeah. There was someone I knew someone that was a really good worker, and she said that it was like a minute per panel. Like, she timed it. Like, maybe it was 2 at the most, but like she had almost like an egg timer for cleanup. I don't know. It depends, because it's like, if the way I work is like, I'll spend a bit more time cleaning it up, making stuff look good, and then when I hit the deadline, I get faster. So like the drawings get quicker. So I mean, there's probably like, I can probably add up those numbers and divide them and find a nice little round ratio for how much time you should spend on a panel. But like, generally you're supposed to get like a page a day done, kind of script, so it's just how long it takes you to clean that up. So I don't know if that's like a scene. It's like, you don't really want to spend more than, I don't know. Yeah, it's hard because it depends on what's happening in the panel. If it's just a character there, like,
copy
paste. One character, like, yeah, copy paste.
Copy
like,
paste as much as you can.
When I'm doing an expression, I try not to take
never
more than a minute to
redraw
draw them.
anything.
If it's like a whole bunch of characters and I have to figure the shot out, that'll take a bit longer. But like, generally, it's like, if you're spending 10 minutes cleaning up a panel, I think you're doing it wrong. Like, it's too clean, and you're going to run out of time really fast.
Yeah, because in the end, this is used as reference. This isn't a comic you're making. The artists, the animators aren't going to be like, ooh, the detail.
Like on this panel here, I don't know if you guys can see it. Like, I gotta fix it a bit, but like, this was me kind of noodling for at least 10 minutes. I mean, I was going slower, but in a board, I wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be that clean
so
either.
much. It would be a lot
simpler. It'd be like
looking.
pencil at best looking.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be more like.
It actually doesn't look good flipped. I'm gonna have to fix that in the computer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I'm looking at it reverse right now, and it's kind of squashed.
It would look more like the Super Secret Edition. Don't tell anyone. Super Secret preview of Silly Kingdom, New Steed Indeed, yeah. Exclusively, again.
Oh, Molly lied to you.
What? Son of a... Stop talking about promotions. What's going on here, Molly? Oh, crap, never mind. I was thinking Curtis J. Weeb, who does Rat Queens, which you picked up. I'm so sorry. I was going to, like, text my friend.
That would have been really embarrassing, Molly.
I read them both in the same go and got the authors mixed up. Rat Queens is really damn awesome too, though.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah.
Really sassy.
Well then, I guess I won't be getting my copy of Saga signed.
But maybe at Comic-Con.
I guess I dream too big sometimes.
Hang out at that video game bar.
I'll just be at the XP. Just like, give me another Kirby. You've had too much. Yeah.
You just.
Brian came on. He betrayed me.
Brian.
Brian came. Brian. Well, there's like a family birthday party going on over at the Mario Kart table.
This is an actual bar.
Oh yeah, like a bar isn't necessarily a drunkery. Like family,
No?
It is family eatery as well.
A drunkery.
Yeah, like in as much as like your oh gosh, what's the place called? Like Jack Astor's and your Montana's, like steakhouses, like Kelsey's, they all serve alcohol as much as a bar does. It's just I guess you don't bring your kids to the club. You don't. You're like, do you have non-alcoholic? What? Milk. You're like, White Russian, hold the Russian. Just Molly's saying, I'm so sorry. Well, the first round of whatever video game is at the EXP bar is on you, I'm afraid. You'll have to also buy me an Xbox One.
Whoa.
So I could, my tears will be stopped from happening. Don't worry about it. I've been disappointed in life before. I can get over it. If I got over those, I'd probably get over those. Maybe. Going back to VanCAF, of course, we were also doing a panel, I hear.
We are doing a panel.
What? A panel?
A panel. I'm not even going to say it because you should be prepared. What's this panel about?
Well, this panel is about the web communities that you uphold when you're in the web.
It's not just about web communities.
Isn't it?
It's about comic communities.
Oh yeah, web comic communities. This is about comic communities. And I find you folk watching the show live or otherwise are a part of said community. So we can use you guys as collateral and be like, yeah, we got a community right here. Look at these numbers. They don't really watch during the accordion part,
okay.
But after.
So Lucy Bellwood is hosting a panel on comic communities on the Saturday.
Yes.
In VanCAF, there's a panel room, so it's probably the one room you go to, and it's at 11 a.m. So if you want to hear us chat about communities with a bunch of other cool folk, come check it out. And it's going to be like a couple different. I'm not sure exactly. I have to double check the schedule, but I think there's the guy who runs Cloudscape Comics is going to be chatting about.
Oh, I think those guys were.
Yeah, because they run a comic community of. Well, and we're going to find out all about it.
We'll learn.
And I don't know if someone from Periscope Studio in Portland is going to be talking there. Well, Lucy works at Periscope, so she'll talk about her experience there. But I mean, our experience as a comic community is mostly internet, hanging out with you guys. So
you schlubs.
You schlubbing with you schlubs, and schlubbing all over town.
Yeah.
And so we'll just be talking about for people that can't I mean we're in Toronto. It's a big city. There's a lot of people hanging out here, so it's not like we can't get a group of people together, but for
should we try?
No, but I'm saying for people that
let's all meet in the park.
For people that want comic communities and maybe don't live in places that have easy access to it, the internet's a great place for that. So.
I thought it was exclusively about your own fan base groups or something like that, or followers.
It's not. No, it's about community. It's about. Like,
okay, good. Because I'm like.
You're gonna have to read it before you go in there. You're like, so the number of people that follow me on Twitter.
I thought that's what it was gonna be, like a Twitter measuring contest. Where it's just I got 235 followers. I got 372. It's like
It could be Twitter though, but it's like, how do you interact with the community?
It's funny you mentioned that.
How do you interact with people? Why should people follow you on Twitter?
Right.
If you want to talk about that.
It's funny you mentioned that though about the Twitter, because I thought in the future that might be more apparent of like your cred is based on you can actually now put a number on how popular you are, and this is actually a concept that was used a lot in what's it called? It's Charlie Murder, which is an Xbox Live beat 'em up game, which is really good. If you enjoyed Scott Pilgrim game or Castle Crashers, you want to get Charlie Murder. But it's basically like that. During the game, you have a Twitter, and your popularity goes up the more you play, kind of thing, and you get new followers. What's that idea of your popularity is now tied to a physical number, and some of them are bots, of course. That's why some people fake it, or whatever.
The South Park video game, everybody wants to be friends with you on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
You meet any character and be like, "Hey, are you on Facebook?" And then it's like Stan's dad.
Stan's dad is on your Facebook.
Yeah, Officer
Jesus.
That's
funny.
Mayor,
I gotta check that out.
Al Gore. everybody's friends with you on Facebook.
Molly's saying, I could do the drink, but I will not buy an Xbox One on principle alone. All right,
Good for you.
A PS4. I can take
stand
it.
Up for your
I'll
principles.
take it. I'll take what I can get. We got Andrew Murray saying, are you guys interested in seeing
I'm curious.
X-Men
What?
Days
How?
of
I don't
Future?
know so much anymore.
Has?
Not sure.
I was in the 8th grade. It's a good story. Okay, there's more to it. When the first one came out.
What?
Feels weird after 14 years.
You mean the first X-Men?
Yeah.
Okay, not the last X-Men.
That's why he said the first.
Okay, but yes. Yeah, why not? 14 years.
Is this like an anniversary then? Should we be celebrating Andrew graduating from 8th grade?
We should.
It's so
should
nice.
Celebrate your 8th
We'll bring
grade
little
grade
Burger
anniversary.
King crowns and have a good time.
Yes.
I do want to check it out. When does it come out? Is it like this weekend or next weekend?
I mean, we're busy
Is it the
this
29th?
weekend,
Is there a weekend after this weekend that's still May? What the hell day is it?
Today's the
How long is May?
It just keeps going. I love it.
Jeez, this month. Well, this weekend is also Anime North, of course, because it's the 2-4 weekend, right?
Of course.
Or no, it was last. Well, technically last weekend was 2-4 celebration. This weekend is legit 2-4 because that's in the date. So everyone, if you're in the Toronto area, or the airport area, Pearson, go to Anime North. Yeah. If you don't want to pay, you can just hang out in the parking lot. It's just as fun.
We're gonna be flying by Pearson. We should like.
Oh my gosh, that'd be
out.
so tragic if we were traveling during the day and we see everyone dressed up and be like,
Yeah.
yeah. Because as much as I don't go, I still miss it. I miss the fun and freedom of youth that anime conventions held for us.
Fun.
4 days away in a hotel, running about all night video gaming and stuff. Andrew says he'll wear a grab robe on opening night. And if anyone asks you, you'd be like,
I was like, what's a grab robe?
a grad robe. This isn't some glompy thing from Anime North. I'm like, and I'll bring a yaoi paddle to X-Men First Class. It'll make perfect sense.
Grab robe.
No, grad robe. And if anyone asks you, you could be like, yeah, I'm first class.
And then when the credits roll, you can just keep throwing your hat up through the whole movie, like, woo! Woo!
Yeah.
I did that in my 8th grade. We all threw our hats, and then it
You
fell,
lost it.
And friggin' what's his name grabbed it, and I was like, oh!
Johnny Potty did it.
Friggin' Johnny Potty. I don't remember.
Name is...
Brian Potty, and then my hat and had 2.
Brian Brunkles.
I already had friend signatures on it, but yeah.
Now he has friends.
Yeah.
And they're on his
friends.
Facebook. How dare.
You're like, well, we have to be Brian's
How
friends now.
petty. Speaking of X-Men, I read a thing where Hugh Jackman was like, I'm rethinking retiring as Wolverine, but I'd really like Wolverine to be a part of the Avengers. And all of us were like, oh my god, yes! And he's like, because Wolverine should fight Hulk. And we're like, yes, he should! But then a thing called Disney is not 20th Century Fox, came about. And that will never happen because studios are awfully selfish.
Awfully.
Because think about it, the main reason why we'll never see the X-Men fight the Avengers, in our lifetime at least, is because Fox has the rights to the X-Men, and Disney, Marvel have the rights to everything else.
It's funny that some people are sad because they're like, I'll never see us inhabit other planets in my lifetime, but it's like, we'll never see the X-Men fight
the Avengers.
What's their faces?
Well, I still admire the kind of comic generation we are in right now, because all of our major, every month there's a comic movie pretty much. Do you realize? I'm not even saying it's friggin' that movie with that guy who played Aragorn, and it's a revenge and it's based on a comic, or it's The Road to Perdition, it's based on a comic. No, I'm talking about superheroes and stuff. Every month.
We took what we could get. We're like, that's based on a graphic novel. Yeah. Oh my god! No, it's like.
Yeah, that's what you can get. I was like, oh my god, the graphic novel is based on it. It's so
somebody read that comic. Yeah. Somebody must have read that comic.
Nowadays, every month you get in an X-Men, even the monster movie too, having a Godzilla or a Pacific Rim coming out. We're in a good time for geeky movies, my friends. You may still be like, oh, they're gonna make a sequel to this crap. Well, don't go see it and put all your bills on the horse you want to ride, which is your comic movies.
This is something I'm curious about.
Yes.
For any of our celebrity watchers.
You have celebrity watchers? Yes.
I was in a bookstore the other day, and I guess Guillermo del Toro, he's filming here, so I guess he lives here. But he was in that bookstore as well.
Yes.
And I wanted to go say hi to him, but I was just like, I don't want to bug him at all. Because I don't want to be that person oh, excuse me, mister, because I'm he's having a nice day looking at some books. I don't want to go bug him because someone else will go bug him. But it's I wonder, does that bother people, or is it nice when the stranger comes up to you and says, oh, I really enjoy what you do, don't let me bug you? I'm gonna go back, but just wanted to say you do great stuff. Or by that point, is it just like Freg, like leave me alone? Because I mean, we went to that talk he gave about Castle in the Sky and Miyazaki, and I loved that. It was such a good talk. So I was like, oh, this is something unique I can talk to him about that maybe not everybody coming off the street could talk to him. But I was just like, I don't want to bug him. I don't know. It's weird. But I mean, it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you know what? It would have been like kind of a thing for me, like what would it have given him? But maybe that would have been a nice thing. It's like if you're not feeling so good today, and then someone's like, hey, I like your movies, and you gave a really good lecture.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could have pretended you'd never seen one of his movies ever. Be like, you're a good lecturer.
Yeah.
You know your Miyazaki.
Yeah. We should watch the movies together.
What are you doing tonight?
Yeah, I know.
Come by the house. Jerry's got ribs on.
Yeah. Oh, Jerry.
Wouldn't that be so cool, though? You could tell the stories like, I got camel over my house and ribs.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so easy, too. I thought it was hard. But I just said, you want some ribs? And he's like, yes.
Yeah.
He came over.
Fun adventure.
That could possibly happen. You know, it sounds like a Bill Murray story.
You know what? That's the thing. Yeah, and you never know until you try.
Yeah. Or you try, and then you regret that decision.
Then you feel like a jerk, but...
The embarrassment. What else we got cooking on the burner? We won't go for too much longer because Katie wants to pack and things.
I'd say 10 minutes.
If you want to support your Toronto video games, you want to get yourself a copy of Super Time Force. Just came out on the Xbox. I don't know if it came out on PlayStation as well. But it came out back on Xbox Live from Kappa Games, Toronto's own. Kappa Games, these guys. Can't even. Because I don't know anything about them. I can't say nothing. But the point is,
this is gonna be
Super Time Force, if you like your side-scrolly shooter-up games, a la Contra, or whatever the hell else you played as the kiddies with the guns, this, first of all, is your cup of tea. But not only that, it's got time-traveling mechanics, where every time your character gets killed, you get the opportunity to go back in time, join yourself from that version of history, and protect yourself and change the outcome. Or, say a wall is really hard to shoot through, well, you can go back in time and join yourself to reshoot the wall together, and then you end up, having a whole bunch of yourselves running around this game, and it's damn confusing, but it's also really entertaining. Super Time Force, get yourself a copy today. Support your Toronto local gaming. Oh my gosh, I can't even. Yes, that's my promo. We got Molly saying, I made Shaggy a sorry picture. Oh, okay, I'll copy this thing. Can I copy that text? It won't be a link. This isn't anything weird, is it?
No. Oh, there's your drawing.
Copy tab, bop, and we'll look at it.
That's so good!
Oh my god.
Can you screen share that?
That's ludicrous.
Oh, it's so good.
Alright, everyone else can also just copy and paste that link, but I could
should
I screen share?
Screen share it.
Yeah.
Let's try it.
It's going to show my desktop. How do I do it?
Go for it, because otherwise the people watching can't.
How do I screen share? What do you do?
So you go to the green thing with the arrow on it.
Yeah.
Just press that, and then you click this
thing, and I go start screen share.
Oh, it's so perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
Your hat is ridiculous.
There it is. Yeah.
Really nice.
Right there. Thank you very much. How do we get out of screen share?
You just did.
Awesome.
There you go.
Thank you very much. That's adorable. Man, you were quick on your hand. I was gonna say feet, but hand.
Yeah.
I may post that, but I may remove the no Brian from my Facebook because people will be like, "Who's Brian?"
JSTYXS. That sounds like one awesome episode of C Lab 2021.
Which part? What? Oh, do you mean the time travel?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed C Lab. Some people boo-hoo the show, but I thought it was. There's my favorite episode for some reason is when they start hosting a pirate radio station. And for some reason, that one kills me. I just love it. That being said, the holy successor for me is kind of like Archer, because it kind of harkens back to a similar kind of art style. My God, Archer. I haven't caught up with Archer a lot lately.
I didn't think I'd like it after like the first 5 minutes, and then I just got hooked. Because I'm like, he's such a jerk. And I'm like, he is such a jerk.
He's my favorite jerk character.
He's a jerk. They're all jerks. They're all crazy.
That's the best part of it.
Yeah. It's when you don't like when characters being mean to people and you feel bad for them, but when they're all crazy, it's like...
Yeah. But the other thing, of course, little Steven Universe, of course.
Yeah.
Apparently, it's celebrating its 1 year anniversary or something like that.
Yeah, I think they just storyboarded their like 51st episode or something.
Really? 50?
Yeah.
How many of them? Wow.
No, is that right?
What is that? Unless you mean by like episode as in A, B, A, B,
yeah. So
the
that
11-minute chunks.
20 something.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're really good about posting. I reblogged something this morning because some of the board artists will post whole boards up.
Oh yeah.
Unfinished episodes, which is a great resource if you want to do storyboards. Like look at stuff that's been done professionally and just take a look, and use that as something to learn from and get inspired by. But I gotta take a look at that because that was really cool.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm trying to catch up on my Adventure Time. I think I'm blasting through season 5 right now.
Yeah.
Man, like even talking about like what's in the theaters, all your geeky stuff. Your cartoons nowadays are great. You have nothing to complain about, guys. Like you may be like, oh, the old days of the Ninja Turtles. That stuff was awful. If you look at it again, this is the days of stuff that is like. We have to admit, all the stuff back then was made to sell toys. And you may say, oh, that's the same now. And I'm like, I disagree because I can't find friggin' toys of the ones I want to see. Where are my Gravity Falls toys? If TV shows are meant to sell toys, where are my toys? Right? I want my Bravest Warriors toys. I want my Steven Universe toys. But if there are no toys, then we have to agree that they're written for the purpose of story, and as such, they are fantastic.
Yeah.
But I still want toys. I bought the puppy cat, for God's sake.
It's really cute.
There's only been one episode.
Speaking of toys, I don't know. I like the new McDonald's mascot. How everybody's introducing it as McDonald's horrifying new mascot.
Yeah.
And I was like Jerry about it, and he was like, the old one was horrifying, and I was like, what was the old one? The clown. Like, oh yeah, it's
Ronald never scared me.
The red box with the teeth is just really unsettling, especially flat teeth, because you're like, that bit you would hurt.
Yeah, if the box bit you.
Yeah.
Because you're reaching in for the nuggets.
Because it just looks like some creepy, like over, like.
Look up new McDonald's mascot.
Yeah.
If you want to know what we're talking about. It's a delight.
I love that everybody's like.
Fright. Look at that! It's posted on Katie's wall with the subtext of ah. And I got a couple. Likes.
Everybody's just like no.
Oh my God, it's terrifying. Yeah. Yeesh. I never found. I think I also just realized right now why I never found Ronald scary. Because he doesn't do a clown laugh. He doesn't giggle at you.
Yeah, he's like a normal guy in a clown.
He was always very straight with you. He was always like, "Look, kids, I work for McDonald's, and I want you to listen up here. Do you believe in magic? Because I hope you do. I'm a clown in a big red shoe. Buy fries. All right, all right, you good? We have Lion King this month. Oh my God, you guys are gonna shit yourselves. Lion King. Okay. Okay, I'm out. I'm gonna hang with the Grimace. If you see that Hamburglar, you tell him. You know, Ronald was very straight with you. He didn't mess around. None of this freaky box. It looks like.
Yeah, that would have been awful. That would have been awful.
Yeah. You know, it's like one of those screamer things on the web. It's like nice music and like nice paintings, and then all of a sudden this box just shows up with the teeth, and you're like.
I don't know how you'd make that in a commercial, because even if it smiled, if it like opened its mouth, it'd be awful.
Oh, the other thing I heard also was a little sad news a little recently. The most recent version of Tony the Tiger voice passed away, and you will definitely now hear a difference in voices in the commercials. It sounds nothing like it's in sort of in the tonal range, but it's not the like it's not that. And I don't even know if that was the guy, because one of the Tonys was the guy from You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch.
Oh, no kidding.
Mean One, like that guy, who I think was also in the Haunted Mansion ride with When the Ghosts Come Alive. And like he was one of these kind of like radio. I haven't done any research on him, of course, but he's probably one of these like golden age or after radio personalities who just showed up in a lot of cartoons and stuff like that. Because that's who you cast in cartoons and things. Yeah. Or like radio. But yeah, the version of Tony the Tiger we grew up with, I believe he passed away recently. But so the new one is notably different, and you'll be like, is that a voiceover for Frosted Flakes? But then it cuts to Tony saying it, and you're like, oh, that's Tony saying those things.
You're like, hey guys.
Hey kids, you playing rollerblade hockey? Have some Frosted Flakes.
No, it sounds like the Cheetos guy.
Oh yeah, the Cheeto guy.
He's just
like, hey kids, you're lying on the couch doing nothing. Has a Cheeto.
You deserve it.
You earned it, kid.
Oh, good.
Hey, great. That's depressing.
Yeah. Way to bring down the show.
Well, let's bring it up with a little Gravity Falls talk from Alicia. Saying Gravity Falls has toys coming this fall. Plushy things. I plan to drown myself in GF things personally. I will remind you to go watch the Gravity Falls panel from last year's Comic-Con, because one kid came up to the mic actually asking for the toys, and Alex Hirsch responded that he wanted them too. And the tip was, go to your Disney stores and ask for Gravity Falls toys. Because supposedly, if the Disney Empire is as strong in Tyrannical as we believe, they take notes of everything that's asked for that they don't have.
Yeah.
And they try to figure that stuff out.
Yeah.
So if you have a Disney store, be like, OMG, GF, lol, my pants or whatever. You know, I love Gravity Falls. Please have toys, and they'll be like, okay.
You gotta do it like you do it on an anonymous forum where you just kind of keep going in. So like,
yeah, so bring mustaches.
Like, 15
many mustaches
times a day at least.
Yes,
I think.
And let's have this happen because I want my Mystery Shack playset right here.
Cute.
And it's gonna be great because you collect your characters and you're like, oh, what's in the back door? Oh, it's over here. You know, it'd be so good. I would like it, but very good quality. I don't need some cheap toys where you see all the.
Yeah, and I assume it's
one expression that's not a good one.
That'd be so good if they were like the maquette stills with the expression.
If they did like the Figmas and stuff too, that'd be cool because the Figmas are really nice. Yeah. And they have like, oh, have you seen the new the Nendroid Wind Waker Link?
Yes.
It's so cute. Really cute. Oh my gosh, I pre-ordered that so fast.
Really, really cute.
Oh goodness.
All right, I'm gonna have to scoot soon.
All right, we're gonna wrap up. We got Andrew Murray saying, so you remember those fry creatures from the 80s? Those are freaky.
I don't, but I don't.
I suppressed them.
Thanks, Andrew.
Thank you for bringing them back.
Bring them to your graduation movie.
We'll throw them at you in the theater. Molly's saying that design is so ridiculous, like 80s, I don't know, but terrifying. Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yep. We don't want to dare show it here because we don't want you kids to actually have to subject you to it.
Because it's like the ring; it just kind of follows you.
I think the teeth should be smaller and individual and spread out.
Yeah.
And the eye people should be smaller.
The teeth should be so you see the gums.
Yeah.
They just kind of stick out. It's like and it just kind of screams. It's so happy.
It's like, have some fries, kids.
It's like, that's okay, Daddy.
I'll have the nuggets instead. And they're like, excellent. We upsold him through fear. I hope you don't fear seeing us, this TCAF.
We won't scream at you.
We will not point at you and go all like certain movies about takeovers and things. We're bringing books there. We're bringing buttons once again. Buttons, silicone and buttons.
We will have.
They go on your shirt. They go on your bag. It's good. Silicone and book.
Yeah.
It's exactly like we don't bury the lead here. It's fine quality humor fantasy.
It's see, this is the size that the pages are done at, and then when it's printed, it's this big.
Look, it's magic. To learn how it works.
This is a learning show.
Have yourself a copy.
Yeah.
$5.
Because I show you how I make comics in the back.
Yes.
Only $5.
We will have super secret. Don't tell anyone. Don't tell that fry box, that McDonald's creepy thing.
Vancouver.
In this box are 50 exclusive sample books. Only 50. The first come, first serve. You gotta ask for it. They're gonna be hidden. Like you have to ask us a couple times. We want to pretend not to know what you're talking about. You'd be like, hey, do you have those free things? We're like, what? The free sample books? So you gotta earn it.
Yeah.
Right? Free sample books, only for you guys.
Yeah.
And for people who we think really should read it. Well, we'll give them out willy-nilly at some point if we're like, we're not moving enough of these.
Too secret.
No, it's too secret.
But so this weekend is VanCAF. You can find out more about it at, I don't know if it's vancaf.com or vancouvercomics.com. But either way, we're going to be at the Roundhouse in Yaletown, I believe, is the area.
Sounds like it.
All the information is on the website. We're going to be there Saturday and Sunday. So Saturday is our panel, 11 a.m. about communities and the comic communities, but otherwise we'll be hanging out. So come. It's a totally free convention, so you can just come, stroll in, wander around, go Jap a dog, go look at the water, come back, and there's going to be a lot of awesome folk there. So it's going to be a good time. Brian Cabon is not going to be there. But
despite what you may have heard on this show, the creator of Saga will not be making an appearance at VanCAF.
But you can find us at table H6, which basically when you walk in, we're pretty close to the entrance, and we're going to be table buddies with Tiny Kitten Teeth. So it'll be really easy to find us. Just look for the adorable, and we're
look for the cuteness
right next door.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna be liking that.
Cute.
Yes.
Yeah.
We got last questions. Will they be hidden under your hat? That's JM Stickney.
Don't give it away.
No, you. No. Molly Ann saying, see you guys soon. Let's go eat delicious nerd things.
Let's do it.
And look at comics. And if you guys need to chill, I have like a million video games and action figures at my house.
Perfect.
So you're welcome to hang whenever you're in Van.
We'll be in tomorrow at like 10 a.m. So we'll see.
Yes, we'll have nothing planned for tomorrow. So if you wish to distract us with action figures and perform live shows with them, we will be there, front row center.
Jerry's cute because he was planning some stuff and he was like, oh, we can go whale watching. And I was like, go to Vancouver and spend 5 hours on a boat looking for No.
The elusive whale, the mystic beast of the sea.
It's like,
Sure, Jerry.
this is a nerd trip. This is not an education trip. No science. Yes.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
No.
We're going trash at the EXP bar on Mana
yes.
and Phoenix Down.
I hope they come a little
beer.
Mason jars.
No, I don't want. I want vials that come out of your pouch, and it's like Link's green stuff in a jar.
That's cute.
Yes.
This is really sugary.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, we're jumping ship and landing in Vancouver. We'll see you guys next week, of course. Shenanigans Live, usually every Tuesday or possibly Wednesday, sometimes at 8, 8:30, or 9.
And check the Twitters. And
check the Facebook.
Most of the Facebook.
Facebook/whatever/Shanahanigans, spelled like a sound. SHAN.
AHAN.
IGAN. Whee! That's good stuff. Twitters and Tumblrs. Katie Shy for both. Shaggy Shan for both. You guys want to see the finest of non-regular updated videos? You want to go to Shaggy Shan's YouTube. You can check out the stop-motion-ish Power Ranger animated short I made for Helen's birthday, or you can look up Green Ranger birthday, and hopefully it's in the search terms for YouTube.
Nice.
Fun times. Also head over to Uber Friendship and the Uber Friendship YouTube if you want stuff to look at there. Beyond that, SillyKingdom.com. That's where you're going to order and pre-order the new book coming out at some point in the near future.
As I can finish drawing it, it'll be soon.
As soon as it's done,
yeah,
it'll be available.
I ended up having to. I took a part-time job on storyboarding, so I'm trying to do both. Or originally I wasn't gonna have board work this month, so I was gonna get it done, but it'll be done soon.
But this will be coming soon. You can pre-order it. SillyKingdom.com.
And Molly says I can meet you at the airport. We have to go check into our Airbnbs first, so I'll send you a text when we're settled in.
Yeah,
so
we gotta go.
Because we're gonna be just.
We're gonna transit in, I guess.
Yeah,
but that being said, we are just parking off in Yaletown, right? So we're not too far.
Yeah, we're at West End Yaletown.
Cool. Keep in touch with Katie, I guess.
Well, yeah, we'll get on the Twitters.
Yeah. Cool. We'll see you guys next week, and or we'll see you at VanCAF. Otherwise, enjoy your Anime North this weekend. It's sure to be a silly fun time. Wear an extra cosplay for me. And Andrew Murray. All right, see you guys around.
Ciao. That was